I am listening to nearly 100 albums from the year 1955, and I just finished listening to Bill Haley and his Comets with Shake, Rattle, and Roll, released on Decca. Bill Haley and his Comets, of course, one of the progenitors of rock and roll music. Their song Rock Around the Clock became a massive hit in this year, 1955, and this record, which is a compilation of previously released singles, is sort of the first full length LP version or example, I suppose, of them capitalizing on that craze. So you have this compilation of previously released singles, and again, if you've not heard much of Bill Haley, he came from a very kind of Western music focused background, and so because of that, this is R&B music fused with the sort of Western swing attitude that your like Bob Willses and your Red Foleys and stuff like that were doing in the 1940s. And so there's a bit of yeehaw in these renditions of these songs, whether that's the new rock tracks like Rock Around the Clock, Mambo Rock, or every other version of rock or boogie that get mentioned, or in the occasional cover on here, such as the cover of Big Joe Turner's Shake, Rattle, and Roll. And considering, like, when you look back on it 70 years later, and it's almost exactly 70 years later at this point, it certainly feels dated, it certainly feels formulaic, and there's truth to that, but definitely this is, for one thing, I would say the collection of some of Haley's strongest material across the board. Some of his best known songs are on here. But there's definitely an energy to it. There's good players here. I don't think Haley's a remarkable singer, but you have some good guitarists. The Rock Around the Clock guitar solo is pretty legendary in many ways. A really, like, technically really cool sounding guitar solo. The prominent saxophone on some of these tracks is really cool too. So in the context, we haven't talked about rock and roll on this channel very much, but it's something where this feels very fresh for its era. And if you listen to this, I don't want you to discount that. It is certainly a stepping stone to what we will get later on, but for 1955, this is fairly fresh and in some ways revolutionary stuff. So Bill Haley and his Comets, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, great compilation album, honestly, and worth your time if you're wanting to get more exposure into the early history of rock and roll.